I'm still eating breakfast. All right, I'm still eating breakfast. Good morning. How we doing? Is this going to be an okay temporary setup? How do I sound? I'm at my mom's house. You guys see all the fucking knickknacks all back there and shit. Thank you. How was the setup? I did my best. The sound okay? The board review's back. We transcended. What's up, MJ? I saw MJ. Did you have you been a nice little NBA run? Yeah. We got a little hype train action here. We got fucking MJ with a sub bang, Wang with a sub bang. Who is this? E Sutherland 12 with a sub bang. What's up? Chat, what's the 11 a.m. sweat this morning? Oh, fuck. Did I miss something? I'm sorry. I hope you don't think it's rude. What is this, a level 1? Oh, it's gold font. Makes me think it's something. Is this rude that I'm eating breakfast right now while on the stream? I could wait. Went 1-6 yesterday on hockey. Wowza. Yikes, Fluffy. Yikes. Remember that RJ Barrett stat correction last season? I never heard the whole story. Do I remember? Bro, I'll never forget it. My wife was going to a Knicks game with 4 of her friends, and she hates gambling, but she understands that gambling is fun, and it enhances the experience. So she was like, yo, we need a bet. And I was like, all right, well, this guy's coming on fucking the surgical stream. He seems pretty sharp. Let's see what he likes. And I think you pitched an RJ Barrett fucking prop, and it was incredible. It was like over PRA, and he needed 1 rebound, or he needed 1 anything. And It said offensive board. Yep. And he got it. I think I put $200 on that. I put 2 units, and then I put 2 units for her and her friends. I was like $50 for each of you on the house. It was very fun. Muck, it's a holiday. What's up, first time chatter? Narrow Cack. That's a fun name to say. Riff that bets with a raid, right? Nice and early. How we doing? Narrow Cack. I kind of think that means cock. Oh, Jake, Steak, you're in the queue. I didn't even see you. I'm all discombobulated in this fucking new setup. Are you ready to roll? Hold on. You look great.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound really good too. What's different? Is something different?
I cleaned off my screen.
It looks phenomenal. You look great. How is my setup? Is it okay?
Yeah. Where are you in Florida?
Yeah, I'm at my mom's. We just got in. We got in yesterday. We had a little craft night. So here's a story. Do we have time for story time?
Of course.
Actually, oh man, Greg would love this story because it's about my uncle. And you know, he always makes fun of when my uncle gave me, maybe you don't know, when I came down for in October of 2020, my uncle was being ordained as a priest. And so we all had to go. And it was like the after party where everybody got together. He gave us COVID. So Greg jokes that like, oh, you kissed your uncle, and that's how you got COVID, which is not true, obviously. But so fast forward 3 years from then, that's how the first time I got COVID. We have a family get together last night. We have craft night. My mom loves these crafts and stuff, and they're very fun. And we played this game, by the way, fun family game. You wrap a Christmas present, and then someone has to unwrap it with oven mitts on. And the person to the right of you has to roll doubles on a dice. And as soon as they roll doubles, it goes to the next person. And then that person tries to unwrap it. And whoever can unwrap it gets the gift. Kind of cool. But anyway, so my uncle showed up yesterday, and he showed up sick. And so Greg was going to have a field day with that if I get fucking COVID for the third time because of him. Greg's tweet this morning has me dead. Oh, you sent it? I wasn't able to pull it up. What did he do? Was that the Shaq dick?
Yeah.
He tweeted it. Did you put the video up of your Greg impression?
Nah, I figured I'd wait till Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. It was really good. I like to excuse the honk. I'm in New York. Is it rude that I eat breakfast on the stream?
Nah, fuck it.
Okay. I was really hungry. Really hungry. Hold on. Let me get my screen out of the way. All right. Greg has been unhinged lately. Yeah, he's on one. But I say we let him go. As long as he doesn't get us canceled.
He might. Greg Dad is an interesting guy.
Dad Greg? Dad Greg is very interesting. Dad Greg, as soon as the fucking baby came out of the womb, Dad Greg puts the fucking Josh Giddey meme out there and breaks the internet. So God only knows what's in store for Dad Greg. I do know that he's had a rough night too, because we were talking about the newsletter this morning, and he's usually up at like 6 a.m. with me when I start to fine tune it. That motherfucker wasn't up till like 7:30, 7:45. I'm like, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. And he said, sorry, we couldn't get the motherfucker down. So, wow, we got sub bangs anonymous over here. Anonymous gifter, Ian with a sub bang. Hype train level 1 achieved. I think that means we're on level 2 now. Anonymous gifter number 1. Who's this anonymous gifter? Who is anonymous gifter? What if it's anonymous, the hacking group? That'd be fun. That'd be a good time. Hopefully they're on our side though. Steak, Colby Covington, eh? That doesn't sound nice. Are you rubbing?
I want to say I didn't play him. That's the good news. You talked me off. I didn't play Leon, but I did not play Colby.
Okay, guy has a kid and flies off the rails. Yeah, you gotta love it. Good Lord, Greg. Goat Jake Frem. Haven't talked to you since then, so I had to chirp. I'm the anonymous gifter. Didn't mean to send it like that. Well, W Clammucker, thank you. And that's okay. You can send it however you want. I just want to give the proper credit. Oh, Steak, when's the last time you made a hockey bet this year?
I know that it was on the Calgary Flames, but I don't know how long ago.
Oh, God. Sorry, that probably didn't end well.
I don't think it did.
Chat, we need some help. First time going to Hawaii in a week. Rent golf clubs or bring one. Steak, have you been to Hawaii? I've never been to Hawaii.
I actually have never been to Hawaii, but I want to say automatically rent them.
Yes.
I would not travel across the country with golf clubs. Couldn't pay.
Fuck that. I flew with golf clubs one time, and I can tell you my experience. Then we can start talking about some plays. I don't want to get too far ahead until Greg's not here. I flew Delta, which I'm a Delta guy. Steak, are you a Delta guy? Or are you just a whatever guy?
I'm a Delta guy.
Okay, cool. So I flew. I went down to Tampa for a fucking fantasy football thing. Brought my clubs. Just got nice clubs. Went for a fitting and everything. And I flew down. Everything was fine. I got back and I snagged my golf clubs off of the fucking, what do they call that thing?
Carousel?
Yeah, the carousel. Thank you. I snagged my golf clubs off of the carousel and everything seems fine. They're in a big case that you zip up, right? So I get home, I open the case. I open the case like 2 days later because, I get home. Let me ask you this. When you get home from a trip, do you unpack right away?
No. I barely take my shit out of the car.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you should do that at least. You don't want it to get stolen. But yeah, I throw my, I throw my shit on the floor. The only thing I do is I take a fucking shower and I get to it the next day, like piece by piece. I got a friend who gets home from Evan. He watches this. As soon as he gets home from a trip, he unpacks. I think it's the most insane thing I've ever heard. Anyways, so like 2 days later, I finally unzip my golf bag, and the head to my driver falls off. So the driver, it's the longest club, you know that probably, right? And it's snapped, so it falls off. So got to take the driver heads off.
He said that right before you said it too. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, he said knew it. Okay, so you're saying it's my fault, Blaine.
Sounds
Blaine,
like it's your fault.
Can't just toss it in a hard shell and be done. Okay, well, who the fuck is supposed to know that? I thought all I had to do was get a big bag, put my golf clubs in there, zip it up, and then everything would be fine. Your fault.
Put up a poll on whether or not this is your fault or not.
I don't even know if it's necessary. I'm getting kind of, not all. Thank you, Tasty's Nuts.
There's a vote for no.
There's a vote for fucking no. Anyone with club, suck my ass, bro. I golf like fucking 4 times a year. Actually, I'm going golfing tomorrow. When's the last time you've been golfing? We should go golfing. That'd be fun. You don't like golfing, do you?
It would be really fun content because of how hilarious I'll look. I'll do it for that.
Have you been to Topgolf?
Yes.
Okay. Can you like properly swing a club and make contact with a ball?
Yes. It's not pretty though.
No, that's fine. So Topgolf would be fun. Going golfing would be annoying after the 3rd hole. Bro, can your mom hear you right now? Can my mom hear me right now? She probably fucking hear me. Yeah. What do I know? You want me to ask her? I'm loud. Am I too loud? Is that what he's trying to say? Am I too loud? Am I loud, Jake?
No, not at all.
Okay, fine. Topgolf is fun. DJing shooting 80 all day. Yeah, on the fucking front 9. I don't know. Narrow CAC. Typo. I was like, I don't know what TYP means. Mom POD is required. My mom doesn't even like gambling. So anyways, what was I talking about? Did I finish my story?
I think so. Golf clubs, and it turned out it was your fault. And
the last part of the story, and then we'll get started. Sorry. I messaged Delta, and Delta responds to me. By the way, Delta's customer service is phenomenal. You just text them, and they get back to you like pretty quickly. So I text them, and I told them, hi, blah, 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 blah. And they go, okay, are you still at the airport? And I was like, oh, no, this was 2 days ago. And they're like, well, sir, immediately I knew what the problem was. If you go home, Greg's here. If you take your shit and it breaks 2 days later, it doesn't have to be Delta's fault. It can be your fault.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. So immediately when they said, are you still at the airport? It registered and I was like, I fucked up. So listen, I'm a policy guy. Okay. I'm a man of principle. If I am getting fucked in this scenario, at least if it's the right policy and it makes sense, I'll just eat it. So what else could I do? Greg, you missed half the story, but my golf clubs, when we flew to Tampa and came back, when we went golfing with the fantasy football trip, my driver snapped and I didn't realize it till 2 days later. And I messaged Delta. I was like, hey, you guys broke my golf clubs. And they're like, okay, well, if you're still at the airport, go file a claim. And I'm like, I'm not still at the airport. This is 2 days later.
You're fucked. You're fucked.
Fucked.
This is months ago. Yeah. What do you like? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, and I asked, do you never travel with golf clubs, do you?
My golf clubs suck. It's not worth it. I just rent them.
That's
Greg,
how this conversation started.
Yeah. Are you getting the ladder from Lowe's or Home Depot?
Closer to Lowe's.
So look at that salt and pepper hair, man. What a W. Yeah, I will say, Steak, you're going to have this in your beard. You're going to start peppering. And I think the chicks dig it.
Can't wait, dude.
You age into it.
Fucking wait.
Greg is like 3 years ahead of us. I think I like it. You always run the risk of clubs
I've had
breaking
salt
each
and
other.
pepper for like 8 years.
So Greg, yeah. Well, I'll just tell you what some guy asked if he should rent clubs or fly with them to Hawaii, and we said rent them.
It depends on how serious of a golfer you are.
Hawaii's got some good-looking golf courses. That's all I know, and some volcanoes. W hair filler ads. Any lean on lowest scoring team? I don't know. We can talk about it though.
I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah, let's get into the board. We've shot the shit for long enough. We've got a packed house in here. I don't know if Twitch is fucking with me, but StreamYard says we got 130 people in here. Oh, that's probably Twitter too. All right, I'm gonna get the board up, ladies and gentlemen. We finally bounced back. If you follow the newsletter, the degenerateweekly.com, we sent it out this morning. We had two rough, of course, when I promote the newsletter, we had 2 rough weeks. I think we went 0-3 and then 2-4. Bounced back last week, 5-2-1. L push on the Vikings. I'm pretty sure most people got 3.5, so that's fun. What are you laughing at? Oh, because MJ said NBA first. Not in a million fucking years, MJ. No disrespect to the NBA, though.
Not do NBA and take whatever MJ says to take, and then we're done.
Yeah, MJ's been on fire.
Yeah,
also, what are we nuking, boys? Probably, well, I don't know. We'll talk about it in a second. And then we'll talk about Greg's Jordan Poole revenge game if we have time. Is BTL going at 12:30 today, if anybody knows? But let's get into it. Greg knows mine. Oh, that's cute. You guys are sharing secrets behind closed doors. I love that. Holy fuck, Matt is awake. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. He must wanted to come in here and see if Greg would spill the secret play that they're back channeling over there. I can't wait. All right, so we bounced back nicely, 5-2-1. We have an interesting slate this weekend. We went tight. Sometimes we do 5 plays, 6 plays, 7 plays. Greg, 1 week, I think we did 9 plays. I think we
did
went
well that week. Yeah,
we did very well that week. It's been a dog shit college football year. Steak, do you want to keep betting bowl games or no?
I'm gonna keep betting them, but I mean, yesterday I took Syracuse. So does that answer your question?
Okay, so I guess
I actually almost sent you something of like nice hit because I looked at Syracuse basketball and they were blowing them out, and I was like, oh thank God! Like I switched. I was like, oh, thank God, I didn't say someone just rubbed salt. Yeah,
nice bet, Steak. That's very funny. Yeah, W. Greg's alma mater not coming through. I posted a video of why can't I remove this? Of USF's head coach Mike Gola. Shout out to Drew, by the way, our buddy. He turned me on to this guy. He said, "Watch out for USF this year. Their new coach sounds like he's fun. High tempo offense, high paced offense. And I don't know if you guys saw his clip, but he was like, "Yeah, we really whooped that ass, didn't we?" That's the kind of guy I can bet on. So maybe USF team total over next year, blind over. All right, so I don't know. We'll fuck around with college football maybe. If it starts to get a little bit more meaningful and better matchups, we'll think about it. I don't know if you're going to see him in the newsletter, but let's talk about Saturday. First game on the slate, Steelers, Bengals, 4:30. I'm going to bring the board up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We got what looks to be an opener of 2, up to 2.5. I think Action Network said the consensus was 2.5 opener. 38 down to 37.5. It's my best bet. But before I talk about it, I'd like to hear your thoughts, Greg, as a Steelers fan. Is there still hope for this season? Do you still care about this season? It's a divisional game. It's a big game for respect, I think, for the franchise and Mike Tomlin. Do you want to win this game or are you checked out?
No, I mean, you still got to win this game. You're already in that purgatory spot of like, you're not going to get a good draft pick with 7 wins. So at this point, it's, do what you can to kind of close it out. It's a divisional game. It's at home. So I think there's motivation there, but there's a lot of concerns on the Steelers. And I mean, I think truly what's happened is you had Ben leave and there's just been zero offensive leadership. And it's just kind of bubbled and bubbled and bubbled. And now it's like a big fucking problem. Where like Pickens is a bit of a mess. Najee's bitching after every press conference for 1 and 1 yard into the back of an offensive lineman. Like I truly don't know what they do. I mean, I think Pickett has a potential to be a guy, but I don't think he's like that strong of a leader. I think he's a lead by example, but I don't think he's like a boisterous, everybody get their ducks in a row. So I do think that's a problem. We'll see what they do at offensive coordinator. The only reason I think they have any hope is the Bengals haven't won a divisional game this year. They're 0-4. I think 2 years ago when they kind of came on the scene and Burrow really burst out, or maybe it was 3 years ago, they went 6-0 in the division, and you saw the Ravens immediately adjust. You saw the Steelers immediately adjust to be able to handle them. And, the Ravens swept them this year. Granted, Burrow got hurt in one of the games. but you still have that Tomlin winning record thing out there. I do think the Steelers end 9-8, miss the playoffs just because that's what they tend to do. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the losing out just to shut that narrative up because it is pretty stupid. But I don't know where I stand. I love that you guys are on the Steelers this week. I'm probably not going to bet it because I do have a lot of Steelers, not a lot of Steelers futures, but I have over 8.5. And we'll see. I think the switch to Mason is needed, and you kind of called it out. Of it's not necessarily he's better because they're both pretty bad, but Mitch is just so scared. He's so timid. He's so nervous, and he just makes those stupid interceptions. And then he makes these little like chicken shit. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, Mason's not good, but he knows the system. He's been there for fucking like 5-6 years. Maybe they can get lucky. And it's not, you're not asking too much, right? The Bengals, Jamar Chase is out. And I forget the guy up front, DJ Reader, who's like a big stop the run guy. That's huge. It bodes well. But it's tough to get on him after this 3-game losing streak.
Okay. Steak, how do you feel about the Steelers?
Well, first of all, I'll say there's just no shot in hell I would bet the Steelers if Mitch Trubisky was starting this game. Even if the line is short and even if it's fishy, if Mitch Trubisky is starting this game, I'm just simply not touching it. So I am betting on Mason Rudolph being better than Mitch Trubisky was last week because I think he was terrible. And like you said, he knows the system. I think that the Steelers' offense is set up well enough with George Pickens and Deontay Johnson to be open enough that even if a quarterback's mediocre, they can win this game against the Bengals. And last week against the Colts, what were they up 13-0 or something against the Colts?
13-0, yeah.
The guy manages the game for the rest of the game, and they win that one. I'm just banking on it again. And I kind of thought that teams would start to figure out Jake Browning, and I feel like the Vikings did for 2.5 quarters, completely shut him down. And I was like, oh, this game's going exactly the way I thought it was going to go. And then obviously he did what he did with the comeback, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but took some ridiculous plays from guys like T. Higgins and all that stuff.
That T. Higgins catch was absurd.
It was insane. I'm banking a little bit on the Steelers defense, and I'm banking a little bit on Mason Rudolph being better than Mitch Trubisky, which I don't think is asking for too much.
Yeah. This is kind of the narrative that makes me feel like the Steelers are still a really contrarian play. And I like that for Tomlin as a home dog. The Steelers are not sweeping the Bengals. The Bengals have won 3 in a row. Jake Browning looks really good. And you've got a third-string quarterback. I do think the line is short. I'm not really trying to even get that cute with it. I feel like there's legitimate reasons. And at the end of the day, the Steelers have done this every year or all year. How do they end up winning games? And this is one problem, though, that concerns me. The problem is all of our safeties are hurt and the MLBs are hurt. You're right. The Steelers are beaten, battered, and bruised. And not to mention, like Greg said, they're a mess. They have no leadership. But Mitch Trubisky, I wanted to give him a chance. He started 2 games. He started the Colts. Didn't he start the? Oh no, he came in late on the Cardinals. Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Okay, so Mitch started the Patriots game and he started the Colts game, and they got him to an awful start against the Patriots. Came back late, got off to a decent start against the Colts, and then just shit his pants. I just think something mentally is not right with him. Maybe talent-wise, he's better than Mason Rudolph. This is kind of funny.
Real quick, will you also highlight Token's comment? Because I think you kind of nailed it. I just thought
this was funny, right back and forth. Mason is far from trash. Rudolph is god-awful. I just like the difference of opinions there.
Yeah.
Okay, Token right here.
Yeah. So obviously, I think we all agree Mitch Trubisky must light it up in practice. He must have lit it up at his pro day and at the NFL scouting combine. That's why he's the number 2 overall pick. Gets drafted over Pat Mahomes. He must look good at some point, and I understand that's why he starts over Mason. But then when he gets in the game, he pisses down his leg. I just think, like Greg said, I think with a guy like Mason who's been there a while, I don't have high expectations. I promise I don't think he's going to throw for 350 and 5 touchdowns or anything. I just think he could do enough to win and make few mistakes.
Okay. Shout out Ref That Bets with the sub bank. Parlay Hefe, new follow. Sweaty Burger. Sweaty Booger's been around here for a long time. Cubbies with a new follow. 12 months. Happy anniversary. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
No, we've spent a lot of time on this. I think that I'm going to make 2 more points.
Sure.
Because I think they're relevant. But Number one is the safety. So Patrick Peterson is actually moving from corner to safety just because Minka's out and KZ's suspended for the year. I mean, the guy's not good. Maybe he can salvage 3 more games and be a serviceable safety. They literally have nothing else. So that's a problem. The other reason of like Mitch starting, it's also NFL's a fucking business, and you're paying Mitch significantly more than you're paying Mason. So when your starter goes up, you almost have to go to Mitch. And to go back to Mitch, it's not just this year. He started the beginning of last year, or was it last year or 2 years ago before Pickett came in? And he was really bad. And the Steelers got off to a really bad start. And then I think it was a Jets game like week 7 or 8, maybe week 6, where Pickett came in and the Steelers finally started to right the ship. But they were really bad in those games too, man. Trubisky, whatever it is, it's just he's very timid. It's not even that he's bad, because I do believe he could be like a practice all-star. But just when he's out there and the lights are on, he's just so scared. He's so scared. He overthrows and he makes bad reads, and he's
Let's stop talking about Mr. Trubisky. Steak, did you have something else to say about this?
No, that was mine. That was everything.
Okay. The last thing, Special K said, to be honest, I think the line makes sense. You have the Bengals 2.5 on the road with the backup QB, making them 5.5 or 6 at home with Browning, not Burrow. Rudolph's last start, he struggled against the Lions team. It's 0-10. Also should be stated, the Steelers are the only team to beat Jay Browning. So
yeah, this is their second time seeing him, which is nice. That's good for the defense.
Does that benefit the defense, or does that benefit Jake Browning? We will find out. But the Steelers are my best bet, because you know what? It's a Mason Rudolph masterclass. I'm just kidding. It's not a Mason Rudolph masterclass. But I like the Steelers at home, catching the points in a fresh face in Mason Rudolph, who at least doesn't have shit in his pants like Mitch Trubisky. Okay, Greg, take me to the Los Angeles Chargers in Buffalo, 8:00 Saturday. What a lovely little Saturday we have. What a nice little weekend we have. It's a nice stretch of games. 43,
it's great, man. It's great.
Buffalo's riding as high as they possibly can, and the Chargers are as low as they possibly can be. Although, ding dong, the witch is dead. Brandon Staley's gone. And before I let you talk about your best bet, I just want to give you kudos. Or what do the kids say? Oh, by the way, it's 12.5, totals 43.5. I don't know if I said that. Give you your flowers. Does that mean like I'm congratulating you if you did something right? Or does that like your funeral give you your flowers? I'm not sure. I'm not that hip, but all right. Sounds like a good thing. I try to give Staley the benefit of the doubt. I bet on the Chargers in various ways for a couple of years. And I think you were onto it like halfway through his first season of this guy might be a douchebag. Steak, I don't know where you stood. I'm not saying you were a Staley slurper. You might have been anti-Staley. Before me, after Greg, I'd say you're somewhere in the middle. But you're going to be, it's a system play, and we're going to be on the Chargers. Your best bet, Greg.
Yeah. And one of the things that pointed out to me was Warren Sharp in his like preseason write-ups, whatever, and following him on Twitter. He really just pointed out, and this is what stuck out Brandon Staley sucking so early to me, was how much Herbert was overachieving. Like Herbert's stats on 3rd and long were just like absurd. This is going back a couple years, not this year, obviously, but his stats were just absurd. So it's like he's getting all these bailouts, and then you read something and you start to kind of see it, you start to recognize it, and you're like, holy shit! Like he was just getting so lucky that Herbert was making all these ridiculous plays and keeping him even in games, keeping him at 9-8. And then when that timeout fiasco happened against the Raiders, I was just like, oh, holy shit! Like I've never seen someone this stupid and make this big of a coaching error, where literally that timeout cost them their whole season. So, the whole team's like, we fucking did everything we could. The game's basically over. All we got to do is just let them take a knee and we're going to the playoffs. And he's like, oh no, I'll call a timeout, and ruins the whole season. And then last year with the fuck up against the Jags in the playoffs, being up so much, blowing that lead, like you can tell the locker room had completely quit on him. And it really just came to a head on a short week against the Raiders, who were just able to capitalize. I mean, if you look at the Bills too, they are very high. They're very trendy. I'm so happy I didn't cash out my Bills Super Bowl ticket, because it's starting to pick up a little bit of equity. That's one of the fun things to see on FanDuel. I mean, those 2 wins are massive. Winning Kansas City, rolling over the Cowboys, like things are looking great in Buffalo. However, this is still a team that lost to Zach Wilson. This is still a team that lost to Mac Jones, right? And they're going on the road across the country to LA. They're riding high. Like this is just a lot of points. And I think it got a little carried away because of this situation. And to be fair, I kind of stole this best bet. I think we all really like this one. But neither of you guys took it. And my best bet, mid-major Matt, kind of gave me cold feet on one that we'll talk about in a little bit. So I pivoted to the Chargers. But I took it at 14 in the beginning of the week. I was one of the lucky few that got in there as soon as it got to that number. But it's at 12.5 now, and I might throw another unit at it.
That's great. I'm happy. I'm very happy for that you're on the plus 14 mountain while Steak and I don't get a key number. When all of a sudden you're a professional who
Got to
puts
be
in their
quick,
bets on
man. Got to
Mondays.
have hot hands.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I started doing it, man, because I've seen it. It's fucking stung me in the ass a couple of times, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
look, if I like something, and Brandon Staley's fired, there's no way I'm not going to play this come Saturday. It's at 14. It's probably not going higher. Why wouldn't I jump in right now? And I'm trying to be better about that earlier in the week.
Yeah, I'm not hating on it. I'm actually just being like a jealous prick because I'm procrastinating. Steak, are you going to start doing that?
No, I want to say yes, but I'd probably be lying to you guys. Just not.
But it actually makes so much sense. I mean, we're not professionals. We don't do this for a living. But at the end of the day, we're betting real money on this, and we're not betting $10, $20. Why wouldn't we? If you like something, why wouldn't we bet it early in the week? I like to wait. I don't know, but it's not smart.
No, I totally, and I'm that way a lot too. One thing I have started doing too is even if like I'll throw a half unit at it early, right? And just like, all right, I at least want my toe in the water. I did that with the Lions last week when they were -4. It's just like, boom, I want a half unit on there. But I also did it with the Steelers when they were +3. So I got CLV, but they still got smoked. So
no, I know.
Work
I
out.
like it. I'm going to try doing it.
Dipping my toe in. Yeah.
Do you play the under with the Chargers?
Not everything by any means, but one or two.
Right. Bills renewed focus on the running game. I don't hate that.
I don't either.
And the last thing I'll say about the Chargers, well, actually, first, Steak, do you agree with the Chargers?
Yeah, 100%. Let's be honest. All the years we've spent talking about sports gambling, even the multiple years we've spent talking about when the fuck is Staley going to get fired, this is an us play. They just fired their coach. We all agreed he was the worst coach in the NFL, maybe one of the worst coaches in NFL history. And they just lost 63-21 to the Raiders. Bills coming off wins against pounding the Cowboys, who are hot as ever, and the Chiefs. I mean, like, this is all leading to the way we gamble.
Right.
I would be so mad if I missed the boat on this one. I'm 1,000,000% betting the Chargers.
Okay. Yeah, I really like 14. So the total is kind of intriguing now. I will say, though, Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi has been pretty good here at my mom's, but something on the StreamYard just went from strong to low. Am I okay? Am I lagging?
You were lagging a little bit. Keep talking.
I think you're good.
Okay, just can you let me know if anything happens? I don't know what that was. Okay,
I'll give you a thumbs down.
Okay, thanks. I wanted to say Easton Stick. I know, hand up. The last 3 quarterbacks that I've bet on to have master classes have not had master classes. Josh Dobbs, Easton Stick, and who was the other one?
Oh, yeah. Commanders.
Sam
Howell, right? Can't even say the guy's name. That's right. So Sam Howell. So none of them had master classes. However, I do just want to make something clear. Easton Stick went over his passing yard prop. Well over. So the yards were there. The touchdown passes were there. Give the man his flowers. Okay. 4 of the last 5 Bills games have gone under. Interesting. I will tell you. I mean, the defense is playing much better. That's an interesting look. Mom doesn't have the Ethernet. No, she does. You know what? I forgot to pack the fucking cable. That's my fault. And my wife even said, don't forget the Ethernet cable. I was like, I'm not going to forget. I'm the fucking stream guy. I'm not going to forget and then we're in like fucking Georgia. And I was like, oh my God, I think I forgot the Ethernet cable. And Best Buy doesn't open until 9 a.m. Can you believe Best Buy doesn't open?
What are you talking about? Best Buy doesn't open until 9 a.m. Have you heard of Amazon? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I know. But I said today, I'm going to go get it before the stream. I woke up at 7 ready to go, but then it's a long story.
How early do you want Best Buy to open?
Yeah.
Well,
today Best Buy in general, you should just be thankful that it still exists. Just order it on Amazon as soon as you realize you didn't have it.
Did you go to Best Buy?
No, my wife needed the car at 9, so I was going to go at 8 to Best Buy, and I couldn't. So then I was just shut out of luck. I was like, well, we're going to see how my mom's Wi-Fi does, and it's doing great so far. Knock on wood. I heard it's on sale at Circuit City. Fun fact: Circuit City's the first credit card I ever got. Yeah, having a credit card at 18 years old is a wild experience. Because, it's like, I'm only going to buy a TV, but I may as well get the Xbox, 6 games and 2 controllers as well. And then it's like, you don't have to pay for it right now.
or ever.
Or ever. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, let's get into 1 o'clock. Oh, the Vikings broke my heart, man. The Vikings broke my fucking heart. And I did. So the line was 3 last weekend in Cincinnati. I bought it up to 4. It wasn't needed. You only needed the hook, but that's fine. I know people shit on buying points. You do you. You do you, okay? But that fucking 10, 20 cents got me a unit instead of nothing. So let's just remember that. Key numbers, road dog, it's important sometimes. But the win total over, my God, I thought we had some life with the 8.5. They're not going to win 2 of the next 3 games. But with that said, hold on. I see your face, Greg. Hold on. I want to talk about this. I feel like this line is a little short. And now it doesn't have me running to the window to bet the Vikings because I'm already invested. But total 47. Vikings defense has been playing really well. I thought that total seemed a little bit high, but maybe it's because the Lions defense is not very good. I got to tell you, I am tempted to take Minnesota here, but I am not going to take Minnesota. 1 o'clock, 47, Vikings +3. Steak, you're a Vikings fan. I know you don't really give a shit. You're checked out. I'm more into the Vikings than you are this year as a shareholder. Do you think, am I on the right track here with this line? Do you think it's the Vikings maybe?
I just want to clarify, maybe if we were 7-7 with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson healthy, I'd be excited. But like Greg said, you're in NFL purgatory because now I'm in the spot where what am I fighting to lose a wild card game and then get a horrible draft pick? That's just not exciting to me with Nick Mullins as the quarterback. The only lean I have on this game is the over. I think it's a little high. And the reason I think that is because I think Goff and the Lions are going to score their points. I'm not sure about Mullins, but I know that he's not going to play conservative at all. It's not going to be a conservative football game for the Vikings. So he's going to toss it around, maybe to the other team. I think he's going to probably have some turnovers in Viking territory. And I really do like the over 47 in this game. I agree that Minnesota Vikings are probably the contrarian play. I don't think a lot of people want to go back to them last week because even if you push that game, it felt like you lost, right? Greg, I feel like I lost that bet. I don't know why. I just thought it was a win.
No, I totally agree. Because, they were up ridiculous late, and then it was you saw it coming. They tied it. It went to overtime. You're
yeah, you did.
Fucking nothing. That unit was already in your pocket.
Yep, exactly.
That's why it feels like you lost it, because that unit was already in your pocket.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, I like the over. I don't think I could bring it myself to bet the Minnesota Vikings again. I like token picks, Hawkinson revenge. I like that.
Yeah, CJ Gardner.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
That is a good one. I need him over 5.5 touchdown catches. I need one more. He's been sitting at 5 for
no way.
Weeks. Hawkinson? Yeah.
That definitely cash, bro.
Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
I'll check right now. I'm dude, he's got 7 or 8.
No, don't fuck with me, Greg.
Sucks. I have a season-long entry to win $5,000, and I'm going to hit everyone except Jahan Dotson over yards.
Oh,
brutal.
He's got 5.
I fucking told you, asshole. God.
Yeah, it felt like he's got a lot more.
Why do you play with my emotions, Smokey? Wrong stat, Greg.
Yeah, he doesn't have a rushing one. It's definitely a 5. That's tight.
Yeah, Steak. I have all of mine are actually looking pretty good, except I have Aaron Jones over rushing and receiving yards, and I'd
say that's probably already toast, right?
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Somebody who knows the Prize Picks rules, how many games does a guy have to miss for it to get voided?
5.
Because that'd be great.
Yeah,
5?
play 5. If it's 5, it counts.
If he plays 5,
if he has to miss. If he plays 5, it counts. You're fucked with Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah.
Has he played 5 games?
Definitely.
Yeah, he's played 5.
Well, according to Greg, he's played 5. He's probably played 25 games, according to fucking Greg. All right.
I do have him in fantasy. He's definitely played more than 5.
Them not voiding Watson is dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, just Jahan Dotson got me good, man. He was on my fantasy team, and somehow I'm in the fucking semifinals. But He was a guy I needed. My receivers are terrible. I have Gabe Davis and
You got Gibbs and CMC, so that's why you're still alive.
Don't fucking sleep on Kyron Williams.
Yeah, that's the pickup of the year
he's
for
good.
sure.
That's a good
I think
one,
it was
too.
$1.
Yeah.
I think it was $1. Greg, do you have anything to add on the Vikings, or should we move on?
I'm going to lay off. I think a case can be made for the Vikings because you have Goff on the road against a defense that blitzes, but I don't want to go back to them. Also, I'm a little invested in the Vikings in a roundabout way too, because you and I are on the Seahawks to miss the playoffs. So I need them or the Packers to step the fuck up and keep Seattle on the outside looking in, as well as the Rams to finish strong. So that was a big win last night for the Rams. But basically, no play for me in this one. I think there's some better stuff at 1:00 to get an eye on.
Thank you, Narrow
But
Cac.
Hawkinson revenge, I will probably be on. I will probably be on
that.
Hawkinson.
What do we like? Receptions, yards, touchdown?
Touchdown.
Let's take him out. Yeah, we're doing
squad ride.
Yeah.
Okay. Thrasher, I'd just like to correct you. Fake news, fucking Baltimore Ravens fan. I posted a video eating some wings. No, I was eating a chicken Caesar salad, having a Guinness, and I said, I need help with fantasy. Give me a sleeper, and whoever I pick, I'll tail it, and I'll give you $200 if I win. The winner was Jahan Dotson. I think it was I'm not going to name any names because it's somebody I think in the chat, one of our longtime followers. I picked Jahan Dotson, and so far he's been absolutely terrible. DGen gets a semi every time someone mentions the word revenge game. I do like revenge games. They are fun. Okay, Hawkinson, TD, and Pool 30+. Oh my God, you have to be kidding me. Takes for a masterclass to get benched. Okay, we'll move on. That was fun. Krabs was all over Dotson this year. All right, I'll blame Krabs. Fuck it. Falcons and Colts. Greg. Oh, I was like, Greg, are you making a noise? And then I heard
baby's crying like Jake.
That's okay. Look at this multitasking. Jesus Christ, it's incredible.
It is.
All right, Falcons and Colts. Do you think we're getting duped here? The line was moving. We were a little unsure why. There's always a fucking reason at the end of the day. It turns out, you mentioned this, though. JT's been out. Nothing new there. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be out. Is he worth 3 points? I agree. I don't think so.
And it's not just that he's not worth 3.5. It's the fact that everybody saw that play last week, and he looked dead. So I don't think anybody thought Michael Pittman was playing this week after watching that hit that he laid on him. The guy that hit him is suspended for the year. That's how dirty the hit was. I know you maybe you watch the replay. It doesn't look so dirty, but it looked bad in the moment. We can all agree on that.
In real time, it looked rough. Yeah.
You thought Michael Pittman was out for the season after that hit. So I don't think anybody expected him to play, to be fair. I think the dog to fave move I love. Who the fuck wants to bet the Falcons, man, after they just lost to the Panthers? Like, who wants the Falcons here? This is the grossest. I think it's the grossest bet of the week.
Man, really?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Greg's got that stupid look on his face, like he disagrees.
It's pretty tough. I agree with Steg. I do think it's pretty tough. Also, you saw this with the Steelers a little bit. God damn it.
That's okay.
You saw this with
Keep saying Pittman's going to play, by the way.
Pittman, it's a concussion. It'll be game time stuff. But what I was going to say was you saw this with the Steelers where, like, when they were good and when they were like 7-4, people were like, holy shit, the Steelers are good. They could be the division. There was a tweet this week about the Colts have a chance to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Like, Colts hype has gotten it's gotten way too high. They're the best team since other than the 49ers in like the last month and a half. So I do think it's close. And Pittman being a full participant, it's not like it's an ankle or a oblique or something like that. It's a concussion. So it's just if he passes through the protocol stuff. And I think Zach Moss might be out too. I mean, the Steelers, that's what's crazy about how bad they were was Zach Moss and Pittman were out and they still just torched them.
Yeah, that sucked.
I think the Falcons can shut down Minshew a little bit. So we'll see. I do think another reason for that line move, that was the last thing to say, was Heineke making the move over instead of Ritter.
But he's already played, and I was on the start Heineke over Ritter wagon very early in the season, and he got a chance, and they lost to the Cardinals.
Great. Yeah, no, he didn't look great either.
He didn't look good.
No, he didn't look good either, but I'm a little more comfortable putting my money on him in this position than Desmond Ritter.
I do not think JT is back late days. I think that's fake news. I will say this, if I may, am I allowed one mini masterclass for either Mason Rudolph or Taylor Heineke?
Are you asking for
Go
permission?
Heineke. Go Heineke.
Yes, I want permission,
would
and then
too.
I want to know who you'd go with.
I would go with Heineke because I just really think the Steelers can win the game if Mason goes for. Yeah, God, please don't. Please don't do that. Please no.
JT. People are saying JT's back. Well, stop saying that.
Or do say it if it's true.
Is it true?
Makes the line move even more insane bonkers.
That's wild. Heineke 300 passing yards. JT is back. All right. Who said JT is out? Somebody did. Oh, I think Stucky tweeted it, and I sent it to you guys. All right, so we don't take blame for the fake news. It was somebody else on Twitter. Heineke 300 passing yards. I love it. I absolutely love that. JT is definitely playing. All right, I'm in. And what I will tell people, you can do whatever you want. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you play this 2.5 and the Falcons win by 1 or 2 on a Young Koo fucking walk-off field goal, and you're kicking yourself, that's your fault. That's your fault. How many times do the Falcons need to play tight games? Go ahead.
We put it in the newsletter though as 2.5, which I wanted to clarify. I definitely am taking the Falcons money line.
Should we send another email out?
Yeah,
we should. Greg just doesn't like to spam people more than once.
It's just not worth another email to say, hey guys, instead of taking this, we took this. But I hear where you're at.
When they win by 2, it'll be worth it.
I will take the money line as well. So
I know, but if we take a money line and they win by 1 or 2 and it fucks our record up, and our newsletter people are going to be like, why are you celebrating a Falcons win? They didn't cover. And we're going to say, oh, Greg didn't want to send another email.
Say Greg took a Monday morning when they were +1.
Yeah.
Greg's a fucking a side pro. You must have a whole other group chat and everything, cocksucker. All right, let's keep moving. So far, first slate of games, Steelers, my best bet. Chargers, Greg's best bet. Lean Vikings. And Steak, was your best bet the Falcons? It was, right?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. Texans and Browns. I am perplexed on this game. And as you all probably know, yes, I am a Browns investor the day before Deshaun Watson's out for the season. And I have life. I was nervous about betting the Browns last week. I almost bet the Bears. And I would have bet them +3. I don't know that I would have won. I would have probably pushed. But the Browns got lucky to win that game. Everybody saw the Hail Mary that got dropped. But even before that, Flacco made some bad plays. Justin Fields looks terrible. But Flacco made some throws at the end. That was the game for Flacco regression. I think I even tweeted the Flacco party's over. And then he went on to be a hero, of course. So maybe the Browns just dodged a bullet. And now they're playing with house money. I like the Browns. But Steak, I think you like the Texans.
I want to say, can we talk about how amazing it is that in the end of 2023, we're getting a Case Keenum and Joe Flacco game?
What's your definition of amazing?
I mean, that's pretty incredible. If I would have told you that was going to happen at the beginning of the year, you would have thought I was on meth.
That's true. Also, Richie Parlay, as somebody who needs the Browns to win over 10.5 games, I will not be doing that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Also, wasn't Case Keenum a Browns quarterback?
It makes sense. I really don't remember. I know he's been on some teams.
Might have a revenge game in play. Greg looks like his mind just got blown.
I love a Keenum revenge spot.
Well, I don't want that to happen. I want Flacco to tear it up. All right, Steak, why do you lean Texans here?
Doesn't it kind of look like Greg's breastfeeding under there?
Yes, it does. Also, people are confirming that Case Keenum was in fact on the Browns. Why do you like the Texans? I think you're getting trapped here. The Texans just defied the fucking last week. They won on the road with Case Keenum starting against the Titans. Big divisional road win. I think they're going to come back home. I think they're going to shit their pants.
To be fair, the Texans are not an official play for me yet. But
fair. That is fair. Sorry.
I just like the Texans, man. I like the Texans. I like the way they came back in that Titans game where you thought it was over. They had no shot. You're like, oh, Case Keenum's not going to figure this out. And I just kind of like the Texans as a whole. And I like him in this spot too. Case Keenum's a guy who I think even after last week, he made a few mistakes, but he's like a guy who can get enough done to win a game like this. And I just wouldn't be shocked at all if he did, but I don't have any money or any wagers placed on the Texans yet. I don't think Stroud's not playing, Scrunch.
No. A couple of sub bangs I missed, by the way. Sorry. Auto Gelato sub bang 13-monther. Welcome. Welcome. Congratulations over a year. It's a big deal. 16 months, Elite Gambino. Love it. Patriots cheated 11 months. I saw Patriots cheated, said your cat shit on your DGen gambling hat. That is sad. By the way, somebody just ordered a hat. I don't have them with me in Florida, so I don't know how I'm gonna have to get you a hat. I might need Greg.
Do you want me to get it?
I might need you to go to my apartment, get it, and I don't know that you're gonna figure out how to mail it to the customer, but you might have to mail it to me, and then I'll mail it to them.
Or if you want
That's
one with cat
ridiculous.
shit on it,
What the fuck? I'm going to mail it to you, and
We'll figure it out. We'll
I'll
figure
just
it
mail
out.
it directly to the person. What do you mean I can't? If I can figure out how to mail it to you, I can figure out how to mail it to the person. It's just writing a different address. I don't actually have to deliver it.
You need the shipping label. You got to cut it. You got to tape it.
Bro, I've returned shit before. I can figure it out. I still have to do all this to send it to you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Steak, I hate to say this to you, but I think because I think last week you liked the Titans.
No,
Now
I
you like
the
the Texans. No. Last week you liked the Titans to beat the Texans, didn't you?
No,
I thought I liked the Texans and you talked me off.
I don't recall doing that.
Okay, well, never mind. I thought you didn't like the Texans, so I thought you were going to get double fucked. Basically, I thought you were going to go against the Texans and they were going to fuck you, and then you're going to bet on the Texans. They're going to fuck you.
I can confirm I had $0 on the Tennessee Titans last week, so no double fucking happening.
Okay, fine. Greg, do
There
you have
you
any
go.
leans on this game?
Yeah, highlight. Matt said something. Somebody else said something because this was a wild stat I heard on Right Angle Sports. The Browns at home
This?
is like defensive efficiency.
No, that can't be that.
No, it was before that. It was actually insightful instead of just talking shit. The Browns at home in terms of defensive efficiency are the number one defense in the NFL. The Browns on the road are the number 31 defense in the NFL.
Oh, Jesus.
Makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense that a defensive unit would fall off that hard. And also they've been kind of playing through the Delpit injury. There's some other injuries on defense. It's Texans or nothing for me here.
Fuck.
And if I'm not mistaken, Texans win and Jags lose, and Texans are first in the division, right?
But what about
think
the
that's-
Colts?
And the Colts. The Colts are in the mix
Well,
there too.
Colts have to lose too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a three-way tie up.
Colts
up
are
at the
losing.
top, so
The Browns' whole O-line is questionable. Yeah, the Browns have a lot of injuries on defense too. All right, well, I'm just
shout out
going to
to
sit and pray.
Stefanski, man. As much as we shit on him, shout out to him
I
this
know.
year because they're getting it done with a ton of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, they beat the fucking Niners with PJ
And Joe
Walker.
Flacco, for Christ's sakes. Yeah.
Oh, I have a masterclass candidate. It's in this next game. Titans and Seahawks. I like the Titans. But even more than the Titans, I think this game fucking soars over. Am I crazy for thinking this game soars over?
Any idea who's playing QB for either team?
I do think there's a chance Gino's back, but even if he's not, I don't think I care. He is back. Gino's allegedly back.
It's supposed to be Gino, and it's oddly supposed
Tannehill?
to be Tannehill.
Okay.
Malik is not playing. I love it. I
Yeah,
love the
it's
Titans.
okay. It's Tannehill confirmed them, which is weird because it's like you're basically already giving up on Malik after a year. Like this guy just sucks. I mean, which you already did.
bad
if you
though,
drafted
dude.
11.
He's so
Yeah.
bad.
He's really, really bad. But here, I'll say this: if you look at the Seahawks, they're 2-5 on the road. They are 5-2 ATS. We'll give them credit for that. But this isn't a fucking 10.5 point spread against the Cowboys. It's a 2.5. Oh no, it's up to 3. Sorry, 2.5 up to 3. Total at 41.5. I just think that was a massive win for them. And I don't necessarily think the Titans are a good team. I mean, they're 5-9 on the year. Is their season over? I think they're officially eliminated.
Definitely. It was over last week.
So I just think this is a weird spot where everybody who isn't going to throw the Seahawks money line in their parlay. This is the disaster game for bettors, I think. The Seahawks are still playing for their playoff lives. They just beat the Eagles. They got a fucking huge jolt of momentum and confidence when you thought their season was dead. And now the Titans are literally dead. Not so fast. In comes Ryan Tannehill. And I think you're not even going to see it coming. They're going to play with nothing to lose. And you know what's terrifying? A team with nothing to lose. I think the Titans shake shit up. I think they make people fucking fall to their knees at 4:00 on Sunday as all their parlays are busted. And I don't want that. Roy32 says, no, fine. I take everything back. No, seriously. I love the over, though, more than the Titans. If you want the Seahawks to win, fine. I think this is a 24-21 game at minimum, and you know who my masterclass is, guy? My masterclass guy is, sorry, I can't times. If you have him in your fantasy roster, you may want to bench him. Tajay Spears.
Ooh, I don't even know if that's a master class because I was going to say
What?
coming out party.
Why
You're just
thumbs down?
lagging a little bit. That's why I put the thumbs down.
Oh, god damn it. All right, well, I'm just going to have to push through. Am I better?
Yeah, you're better.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're better.
It's going to be bumpy.
Okay. Go.
Last thing, ending on this note. Seahawks defense, road game after a big primetime game, short week. I think the Titans are going to lean on the run game. Maybe Henry just does it, and I'm overthinking it. Spears. All right, Steak, what do you think?
Yeah, so I like Derrick Henry. Sorry, he had a horrible game last week. I
Showdown.
want to say he was the first player in NFL history to have 15 or more touches for 0 scrimmage yards. Can someone confirm it? It was something crazy like that. Like he had the worst game ever last week.
Wow.
I like Derrick Henry. I think the Titans season being over and him being the best player in Titan history. Ooh, is somebody going to yell at me for that? Am I missing someone when I say that Derrick Henry is the best player in Titans history?
Frank Wycheck, Steve McNair, Eddie George,
Damn,
Andre Dyson.
I kind of think it's Derrick Henry, dude. Well, anyways, I won't gonna get on my soapbox about Derrick Henry, but I think the season's over, and I think this is his last year as a Titan, and I think you're gonna start getting him the rock. I think I actually really like a Derrick Henry masterclass after that piss poor showing last week.
Go down, Greg. You already have the graphic made.
I'm on your side of the fence, DGen. I think it's a Tajay Spears. I don't say masterclass, but I say coming out party. Because according to like NFL big brains, Derrick Henry's supposedly going to be shut down after this. Like his contract's over, their season's over. There's no reason for him to put more mileage on an already beat down car. Like just park the bus a little bit and let the new guy come through and see what he's got. So I do like the Tajay Spears coming out party.
Love it. Okay, thank you for the reassurance.
I forgot about Chris Johnson.
I did too, and because he's a local Orlando guy, he's used to all the time. This guy too.
Oh, who's that sidebar?
Penny Officer gave out a subbing. W Penny Officer Roy 32 with a new follow and a first time chatter, and he hit us hard with a no. Noah Thornton 34, Noah listener and follower, 14-month. Appreciate you, Noah. I know I'm probably lagging. See my low Wi-Fi bar. We're just gonna push through, guys. Let's keep moving. Love that over. Love the over. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on this game. I don't really have anything. If you guys do, feel free. Jets and Commanders. Steak, anything? Total is 37.5. Jets are 3-point favorites.
Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett?
I'll leave that one up to the chat unless Greg knows.
I think Howell's back, but I don't know.
No touch. I can't even pretend like I'm going to touch this game. I know Zach Wilson's out. I guess I don't really understand why the Jets would be favored, but it's just because the Commanders are so awful. This is just a no touch for me. I think this is going to be a disgusting game.
Yeah. Greg?
No touch. Like, come on. If this was a standalone game, maybe I'd try and find something, but there's other games on. There's, in my opinion, there's no reason to bet two teams who are already eliminated from the playoffs and who are just – the Jets have no offense. The Commanders have no defense.
Okay.
What are you going to do on this?
Panthers and Packers. I got to tell you, I mean, another team that I'm down to the wire with 7.5 win total. Fucking them and the Vikings shitting down their leg. I'm Steak. I'm going to give you credit real quick. I'm going against you. We're going to have Derrick Henry against Tajay Spears. But I'm going to give you your credit. Me and Greg love the Packers. Me as a Bucks fan, Greg for a lot of logical reasons, and you had a bad feeling about that. And I forget if you said this. If you didn't, somebody did, but I want to give them their flowers. This is going to be my new saying. I'm going to say it all the time. The Packers are soft. Was that you?
It was me who said they were soft and young. They're just really young. Like now this shit's getting serious and real, and I feel like they're not making the plays when it matters.
Okay. Well, they are soft. They are soft as baby shit. They might be the softest team in the NFL. On top of that, Joe Barry is the worst defensive coordinator in the NFL. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks are just dogs. And I don't care. Now, this is just something I've learned. You always learn something moving forward. I don't care what the line says. I don't care what the matchup looks like. Soft against dog, I never want to be on the soft side. So, lesson learned. I don't know what to think here. 4.5. I mean, I think maybe your value is probably with the Panthers, 37 to 37.5. I don't know how accurate that is. Yeah, you're right. Sweaty booger. I don't know why I keep saying sweaty burger. LaFleur is a soft coach. That's just who the Packers are. Absolutely. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to hope for the best. Are you going to get nasty with the Panthers back-to-back games?
Me or Greg? You want me to go?
Yeah, I mean, we can switch it up after this, but go ahead.
I think it's funny how we were like, wasn't there a thing how, what's the fucking Packers coach's name?
Matt LaFleur.
Isn't it funny how we said he didn't lose a game in December, and hasn't he lost 3 in a row since we said that?
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Okay, it feels like 3 because they're such bad losses. But I feel like the funny thing is the Panthers are kind of look sharp every week, right? Like no matter what the Panthers are underdogs, it feels a little short. And even with the Packers not playing well, this feels short because I'm like looking at 37.5 and I'm thinking like, how could these teams score 38 points and the Panthers possibly cover the spread? Because the Panthers, they're not scoring 20 points. I just don't.
But the Packers defense is really bad.
Bro, the Panthers are horrible, and their offense is horrible. Even when they get into the red zone, it's horrible. I've seen them turn a 1st and goal at the 1 to a 4th and goal at the 15. Even last week, I understand they won. The offense is so bad, man. I can't get behind betting the Panthers again. I really can't.
I respect that decision. Yeah. Greg, do you agree or disagree?
The only thing that gives me a little bit that makes me like the Packers a little bit here, and this is a no play for me to be clear, is you just saw the Falcons is -2.5, and now you're seeing the Packers at -4.5. So I do think there's a lot of respect on the Panthers for whatever reason from Vegas. Maybe they're just not as bad as everybody thinks they are. So to see the Packers at that big of a number after the Falcons were much shorter and lost outright, that bodes well for me for the Packers futures that I have, but I can't take this. Let's take the other funny thing right in line with the LaFleur thing. As soon as they start talking about him undefeated in December, you guys remember with the fucking Vikings Bengals last week, a graphic came up saying the Bengals defense had the NFL record for longest time frame without allowing a touchdown at like 160 minutes. 2 seconds after they took that graphic down, they gave up 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
it was just fucking like one of those like all-time jinx from the announcers.
It's crazy how much it happens.
It's funny how it happens, man. Sports jinxes are so real. New follower, Tyler Lowe, 2023. What's up, Tyler? I am just looking at the splits for this game. If anybody cares, the Green Bay Packers look to be the most heavily bet team on the money line as of now, with 95% of the bets, 95% of the money. Take all.
They
of that
got a lot of
grace.
sexy offensive weapons. They got a lot of sexy offensive weapons that could blow up, and I think that gets the public even more involved.
Like AJ Dillon.
Well, AJ Dillon may not be back, but Aaron Jones, like everybody keeps
know.
thinking Aaron Jones could break out. And you got Watson, you got Dobbs, you got Jalen Reed. Like they got a lot of fun guys. Like I think this is going to be a good team in a couple of years, but they're just still super young.
Yep,
bro.
Agreed.
The receivers and tight ends are so young and they're so good. Even Dontavius Wicks is starting to turn into something. They'll definitely be good. I just don't know about this year.
Ooh, Jane Reed might be out. That could be a little in for the short line. Let's talk about my Bucks. So I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, just real quick around the room. If you're a Bucks fan, are you buying in? Do you get excited? Yes or no? Steak?
Yeah, I get excited.
Greg?
You're looking at the potential for a home playoff game. I get excited.
Greg?
Yeah, get excited for this year. Don't get excited for the future.
That's the problem. It's fucking up the future.
I know, but is it? What did you want to happen?
I mean, you're not going to do much with Baker at the realm. This is your ceiling if you get Baker.
All right, so just enjoy it while it lasts. But it's not.
And you can't tell guys like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans that they can't compete this year. It's not that kind of team. You'd be better off doing that with the Packers. Literally, you'd be better off Packers fucking just letting this season look as shitty as it was at the beginning of the season. They get a really good draft pick. They got all these young studs. The Bucks don't have. The Bucks should try to win the division.
Well, my last question to you is this, because I'm going to get excited. And if the Bucks have a home playoff game, do you want to go?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to go. So my last question is this, then we'll talk about the game. Can the Bucks build around Baker? Because listen, I have not been a fan of this. I don't want to sign Baker to a 3-4 year deal, pay him, and then he turns into the Baker. But I'm starting to look at the quarterback play around the league. You're not guaranteed to get a young guy and they're going to be good. and you're not even going to get guaranteed to sign a free agent, and they're going to be good. I mean, look at Derek Carr with the Saints.
Not
you know
at
what I
all,
mean?
man.
So maybe, I mean, Baker is what, 27, 8? So would you build around Baker, or would you just enjoy the season and move on?
I would enjoy the season, move on. And is he on a 1-year deal?
I think he's on a 1-year deal.
I'd sign him to another 1-year deal for sure. If he makes the
Okay.
playoffs and wins the division, I'd definitely do that. Like you said, who you guaranteed to get that's better?
I know. Yeah. Greg, are you okay with 1 more year of Baker, or do you say pull the plug?
I mean, you can't pull the plug on the guy if he had zero expectations and comes
True.
in and wins the division.
True.
But at the same time, you can't give him a contract more than a year.
Yeah.
I think you keep him and you try and draft a quarterback in the first or second round, and maybe you get lucky. The other thing too that'll be fun if the Bucs do get that home playoff game is you'll get either the Eagles or the Cowboys at home. Like that's going to be a fun game.
That's rowdy.
Yeah.
That's rowdy.
Steak, what were you going to say? I saw your finger go
I
up.
think it's worth mentioning that the only Baker you can get excited about is the one with no expectations, and the fact that he will have expectations going into next year doesn't bode well for the Bucs at all, in my opinion.
I think that's a very, very good point. All right, so let's talk about the game right now. I have to tell you that I think this is where the Bucs kind of let everybody down. And it's not even so much just about the Bucs, and I'm really not shitting on Baker. I mean, the fact that they did what they did, went into Green Bay, it was almost like what the Rams did against the Ravens. I know it was a much larger spread in Baltimore, but nobody really gave the Bucs a shot, ourselves, or me and Greg included, to go into Green Bay and do what they did. He set a record for the best QB performance in Lambeau. Now, is that more about Baker or more about fucking how bad Joe Barry is? I don't know. But the Bucs are fun. They're dogs. They're scrappy. They're fighting for the division. And I think Trevor Lawrence might be out of this game.
Yes.
I have a terrible feeling. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a fan, this is just how this happens. Again, it's nothing about Baker specifically. It's as a sports fan. The only time I started to get excited about being a Bucs fan and I went out to the bar and watched the game, the full game, was at home against the Lions. That was miserable. I think they lost 20-6. That was miserable. I get it. Greg's smiling. I have a feeling this is about to happen again. I think that it's going to be a miserable day for the Bucs. I think their offense is probably going to, I don't know, have some penalties, some turnovers. And the Jags really don't even have to do much, but they are the team that exploits this fucking beaten and battered and bruised Bucs defense. I have a really bad feeling. I think it's probably the Jags. The Bucs are 3-3 at home. They're 2-4 ATS, 7-7 on the year. It's incredible. They went over their win total. Total 41.5. Steak, are you on or against Baker this week?
I agree with pretty much everything you just said. I feel like I should mention I might maybe jump the gun. People are saying that Lawrence is questionable and not ruled out yet. I don't know why I thought that he was ruled out.
I thought he was too.
I will say that I agree with everything you said, but I just want to mention something. It goes back to a little bit of dog versus soft again, because now that I'm watching the Jags, they're fucking soft. The Jags are soft, bro, like so soft. And so I want to just mention that again. Don't get surprised when you get a similar thing. But if Bethard plays, I would probably really have to take the Jags +3. I think it probably is going to move a couple points or at least a point anyways. I get what you're saying, man. It's a real letdown spot for the Bucs, and I'd probably be on the Jags.
So but to be clear, you're only going to bet the Jags, like actually bet them if CJ Bethard's playing. You're not going to bet them if Trevor Lawrence.
I might bet them either way, but I would be more inclined to do so. I had the Jags last week. Obviously, as our showdown. Something's not right about Trevor Lawrence, man, and that was not a fun experience having money on them at all. I had a lot of money on them, to be honest with you. It was not fun at all. I mean, they got one bomb to Jamal Agnew or whoever that was. They were just horrible, man.
Yeah.
And I would not be excited about betting Trevor Lawrence again.
Yep. Greg?
Yeah, this is probably a stay away for me. It's just a tough spot to find value on either side, especially if Lawrence is out. The Jags probably are the right look, but I just don't want to keep fading the Bucs, man. I was very wrong about them this year, and I'd rather just let that sleeping dog lie and just take my loss on their season total under 6.5 wins, take my fucking loss that really hurt last week against the Packers, and go away. I just don't want to keep fading this team that's got a little bit of spunk in them, especially because they're right in the hunt for. I mean, both these teams really are. They're right in the hunt for that divisional to win the division.
Sneakily, the Jags are 4-1 on the road. 4-2. Well, that's probably, you know what, the covers doesn't include the neutral game. Oh no, they're probably better than that then. So you're telling me the Jag? I got to pull this up real quick. This is actually
Losing all their
worth
games
noting.
at home.
Yeah, because they won both. They won and covered both in London.
I want to see. I'm going to pull up their games for you on the road. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. We're almost sitting in.
They played Ravens and Bengals at home. I know that much.
Wow, look at this. So the Jags won the opener in Indianapolis. They look great. Both neutral games in New Orleans, back-to-back weeks in Pitt, in Houston. Cleveland was the only loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Jags, although I will tell you the last time I bet on a fucking road warrior, it was the goddamn Colts in Cincinnati, and that wasn't so hot. Jags should just move to London at this point. Yeah, it's tough because maybe. I do feel like there's always room for a city to grow. I'm not really the biggest Jacksonville fan, but they have that the people who own the Jags have a fuck ton of money. If they're investing in the city, it could be a Tampa in 10 years, 10 to 15 years. 15.
Jacksonville's way too spread out.
15 to 20 years. Yeah, but they have beaches.
I don't think so. Jacksonville's where it's at. Yeah, they have beaches, but it's fucking really spread out. It's never going to be a Tampa.
Too close to Georgia.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Just too close to Georgia, man. If you know, you know.
Nobody wants to be
that close to Georgia.
Okay, fair enough.
Northern Florida is very close to Georgia.
That's true. Okay.
Specifically Jacksonville.
That's right. Okay, fair enough. Jacksonville will never be a Tampa. All right, fine. I don't know what to think about this game, but I will tell you, listen, this is why I enjoy it. We're not like X's and O's guys. We're average schmucks who like to bet on sports, and it's like we're hanging out at a bar and we're just talking about it, right? The one thing I like to do that's a little silly, but I think that's fun to hear. It's like the human element of betting is when you see a line or you see a game or a matchup and it gives you like deja vu or some sort of vibes of a game, of a recent result, that whether it happened last week, 5 years ago, it doesn't matter. Fucking Kyler Murray. I'll never forget when I was on him plus 5.5 in Dallas 2 years ago, and he won outright. He's plus 5.5 in Pittsburgh. He wins outright. Like stupid shit like that. Emphasis on stupid. This reminds me of a spread that we just saw last night. I couldn't figure out what side I wanted. Ultimately, what's the most was Rams laying 4 seems like a lot of respect. I know the Saints aren't very good and they haven't really done much. What the Rams did was more impressive, but the Saints were still a team with a 9.5, 10 win total expectations. And they still have stud players that people want to bet on, fucking Olave, Kamara, etc., whatever. I was like, man, the Rams laying 4 is a lot of respect. Do you think the Bears laying 4.5 is a lot of respect? I think I do. Unless I'm just totally off here. Do you want it, Greg? I know you got a baby in your hand. Do you want to switch up the blunt rotation, or are you fine going last?
Switch it up.
All right, Greg, what do you think about this game? Is this a lot of points? Because I think that's too cushy to take with the Cardinals. I think it's the Bears.
I like the Bears here. I almost made them my best bet last night, but I said, hey, you know what? Let's just keep a tight card. Because we never put the Monday game in the newsletter. So there's 3 games on Monday. Maybe we'll do something for that. But Sunday's a pretty short card because you got 2 on Saturday, 3 on Monday. So just decided to go short. But I do like the Bears here. I will play the Bears here. I think Fields has got a lot to play for and a lot to prove, whether he's the guy in Chicago or whether he's a guy somewhere else. I think he's gunning for that. And I do think this Bears defense, you can talk about them, playing really well, but it's being against weak opponents. This is a pretty weak opponent, and this Cardinals defense has really, really started to fold down the stretch. Kudos to Gannon. He got a lot out of a pretty weak unit, but I think you're just starting to see them really, really erode heavily. Give me the Bears here, man. I think Soldier Fields. I think Fields goes off a good bit. I think you could probably see get involved in his rushing yards, maybe a couple passing touchdowns. But give me the Bears here. I do think it sounds like there's a little bit of love for the Cardinals in some sharp groups, so this could move down. If I see a 4, I'll probably take it.
Okay, fair. Wait, what is it? What do you mean?
I think it's 4.5 right now.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Understood. 44.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get much more movement than that. But
Fair enough. Trey McBride is going to do disgusting things to us as good as a defense as they have. Can't guard a tight end for shit. Third to last in the league, and it's Kyler's favorite target. Fair enough. Steak, you agree or disagree?
So I agree. I actually like the Bears. I think Bears being favored by 4.5 against anybody is a lot of respect. I want to say I'm probably going to get shit for this, but in my head, in like a league where we're getting like Gardner Minshew versus Mason Rudolph and Case Keenum versus Joe Flacco, Justin Fields versus Kyler Murray kind of sounds like it could be some fun. But I do think, I know I saw your face. I don't know. It just sounds like that could be an enjoyable game to watch.
No, I don't disagree with that.
That is a great game. Yeah,
I agree.
The Cardinals, in my opinion, are going to be a trendy dog. At that number, I really believe so.
Yeah, I don't even care. I mean, the splits don't really show it, but that's kind of one I'm throwing it out the window. I think if you ask 10 people, I don't think you're getting 6 or more that are going to lay 4.5 with the way Justin Fields just played. So I think that's enough on that game. I don't know that it'll be an official play, but I think I do like the Bears there. By the way, someone said lowest scoring team earlier in the stream. You remember that?
Yeah.
How about the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Contrarian under Fields and Kyler against each other. Maybe some point. Nah, not really, right?
I wouldn't go crazy.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, Bears defense has been playing great. So there's some actual logic as to why they could play. Okay, we've got 2 more games on the Sunday slate. Are you guys good? It's 12:06.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Everybody's good? Okay. I am really excited for this game. I am so excited for this game. Dolphins and Cowboys. I was very excited for the Cowboys-Bills game, and it's a lot about what are we going to find out about these teams? And the Cowboys are Cowboys are a team where you think they're really good, but you're just not entirely sure. And one of the main reasons for that is because the Cowboys are so Jekyll and Hyde when they're outside of Jerry World. And not to mention the opponents they played have been fucking cookie butter, whatever that saying is for something really soft. So they go to Buffalo.
Cookie butter.
They're cookie butter. They go to Buffalo. They get their ass blasted. And I watched a lot of that game. I thought, and Javon had mentioned this when we were chatting, it was a big deal that Zach Martin got hurt. One of the best Notre Dame offensive linemen to come out. He got hurt, and the Bills were getting insane pressure on Dak. But I heard a stat, and Dak Prescott is very good on the run. And he's also, in my opinion, when I was watching that game, he made some throws where he wasn't even under pressure, or they were quick throws, and they were bad. He looked bad. And that is the Dak Prescott that I wish wouldn't still be around, because I'm actually really rooting for Dak, and I've bet on him many times. As I've mentioned, we all have. We've been on the Cowboys in years past, but I'm worried that something's just wrong. He just doesn't have it mentally. He's a pants pooper. But with that said, I think they almost had to get that out of their system not in terms of the entirety of the season, because they already got their ass kicked to San Francisco. So I'm not saying like, oh, that's already happened before, but these back-to-back games for Dallas are huge after the course of the season where they played dog shit nobodies essentially. Back-to-back games against the Bills and the Dolphins on the road is not easy for anybody. I almost feel like they knew they were about to take that blow, and now it's like, okay, now we're going to go to Miami. It's not going to be freezing fucking cold. It's not going to be sleet or whatever. I don't know if it's going to be raining, but Dallas is set up to perform much better in a place like Miami than they are Buffalo. Let's just be honest. I think this is a game where we get a big Dak game, a big bounce back for the Cowboys. But with that said, I don't know that I like the Cowboys to win, because they're catching points. It's 1.5 right now. I'll pull it up. It's 1.5 total. I don't know if that's accurate. 51.5 down to 50.5. I can't tell you that I think the Cowboys are the right side, because there's a narrative with the Dolphins that I know a lot of people are thinking, yep, I'm sure you guys are going to mention it too, and they can't beat a good team. So you got 2 teams that really can't beat good teams playing each other. I think your average better, even if the splits say the Dolphins are trendy, I think your average better is going to be on the Cowboys here personally. It's not enough for me to really get nasty or take the home favorite or whatever, but I think whether it's square or not, I think this is an over that has to be played. Like I said, I think it's a good game for Dak. I think that Cowboys defense, after playing Buffalo, is not in tip-top shape. Also, they're injured. I think the Dolphins are getting Tyreek back, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't even matter. I think this is like a 34-28 game. I don't know who wins. Absolutely love the over. And that's all I got. Greg.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the over. You guys both kind of sold me, so I'm not going to steal any of that narrative.
Okay.
But I do see this being a bit of a shootout. I do think the Cowboys offense bounces back. I lean Cowboys, but I'm not. I don't want to take a side in this one. It's kind of both teams are really good at beating up on the smaller guys, but struggle against the big guys. The other thing I'd love for somebody in the chat. I don't know if anybody knows who, if the Cowboys and Eagles both went out, who has that tiebreaker? Because I do think the Cowboys, from like a motivational
I think
standpoint,
the Eagles do.
just got the Eagles do. Okay,
I think so.
I do think the Cowboys got a little bit of fresh air, call it, with that Eagles loss. Of we lost to the Bills, we're a game back. There's 3 games left. The Eagles schedule is ridiculously down the stretch. I think it's Giants, Cardinals, Giants. So now you get, it's not a big window, but now you get hope that maybe, Giants, Eagles, bit of a rivalry. Maybe they can pull something off, as opposed to like, let's just park the bus, get things in order. We're going to be the 4 or 5 seed and let's go. I think you get a little bit of motivation from the Cowboys on that perspective too, but no side for me. The other thing too is like all that Dak MVP talk. I think that's what Pandemic's saying here. All that Dak MVP talk went right out the window. Little bit of expectations off, which typically bodes well for a guy like him.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Steak, what do you think?
So Greg nailed it, because I actually was going to mention, like, the Cowboys got their ass kicked by the Bills, and I'm sure as a Cowboys fan, you're like, wow, that was horrible. The division's probably out the window. Like, we were just playing the best ball in the NFL, and just one game where we just play awful, and it feels like everything's dead. We're a wild card team now. And then Monday comes around, and you kind of get new life on that last-minute Drew Lock touchdown pass. You think, like, okay, wait a second. We're back in it again. Maybe that wasn't the worst loss ever. Like, a little different attitude for the Cowboys. With that being said, I am still willing to play the game of, if the Cowboys can win these type of games in December, I almost am okay betting against it. And I get everybody's going to say the Dolphins don't win these type of games either. I completely understand. I really liked what I saw from the Dolphins last week in a game where I thought a lot of people thought the Jets were going to keep it close. No Tyreek Hill. Everybody says Tua can't do shit without Tyreek Hill. And
offensive line's hurt.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything. He really didn't. He had 200 yards and a touchdown. Raheem Mostert and the defense obviously dominated the game. But I liked what I saw. I didn't feel like it was like a team trying to prove something to everybody that they're the flashiest, best team in the league. I just saw a team that went out and dominated from pretty much start to finish. And if I'm being honest with you, I lean the Miami Dolphins in this game. I like the Miami Dolphins. I kind of think that last week wasn't a one-time thing for the Cowboys. But then again, I am kind of a Cowboys hater, and it's only because I've bet them so much in my lifetime. And around this exact point of the season is when they always start to let you down. So no official bet, but official bet. I'm taking the over, but no official side yet. I lean the Dolphins.
I would just Greg, go ahead. I saw you just came off mute.
No, I was gonna say highlight dig that, because I fucking that's a really tough thing to swallow if you want to back the Cowboys, which is why I'll probably just take a side here.
And it should be stated, I'm not a big Mike McCarthy guy. I think it was, people bring up his record, and I think it should be stated he's the luxury of having one of the best quarterbacks of all time with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. But I do have to give, you don't think that's accurate?
No, I don't give a fuck what his record is. You're right. He has Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have Aaron Rodgers.
He could coach Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, these guys don't really need coaches. But anyways, I got to give him his flowers. Mike McCarthy has done a really good job this year. And I got to give Krabs and Javon credit too, because I was listening to Behind the Lines, and Krabs is a Commanders fan. He knows the division very well. And he did say Kellen Moore leaving is actually a good thing for the Cowboys. And their offense looks great. And Dak does look really good. And he was the favorite for the MVP, which I honestly thought, sure, between him and Purdy, like at the time I would have given it to him. But then Dak did what Dak does. Goes on the road, plays a hard team, shits his pants. So I don't, when it comes to it, and I really like to think about it this way, what coach are you going to put your money on? I'm not going to shit on McCarthy because he's done a really good job this year, but I agree. Even with the injuries, I think I trust the offensive mind of Mike McDaniel more than I trust Mike McCarthy. So that's where my money would go. I would go on the Dolphins if I was to play a side. All right. Last game for Sunday. And then, we don't really have to touch on Monday. There's 3 games. Monday stream.
Let's touch on Monday. Fuck you.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. You got a baby in your hand, so you can.
Well, are you streaming Monday?
I am streaming Monday.
Okay.
No, get out of here. Christmas Day stream.
Oh, is Monday
Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well,
Jewish, so it's okay that I forgot that.
all right. Well, we're going to talk Monday. Is that okay? Do you guys have time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last game Sunday night, Broncos and Patriots. I don't have a whole lot to say about this game. Broncos are 6.5. Total is down to 34.5. The only thing I will say is this: I'm glad that the Lions made the newsletter against the Broncos. That was the right spot to fade them. Russell Wilson, in my opinion, even though the Broncos went on a nice stretch of a winning streak, he has just done nothing to really impress me that much. It's kind of, I think you can get figured out if you're game planning for the Broncos. They're going to dink and dunk you to death, wide receiver screens, running back screens. Russell's going to scramble for a few yards, and then they're going to take a couple deep shots. I thought the Lions did a great job with the defensive scheme in that game. And then they just exploited a defense that was on their third road game, which is the reason why we took the Lions in the first place. This is a big spread. 6.5 is a big spread. I like Zappe over Mac Jones. Greg, you kind of disagree. I'm not touching this game. What do you think?
Oh, mid-major Matt, where are you at? Where are you at?
Oh, mid-major. Are you in here? Did you influence this?
No. So I was going to make the Patriots my best bet. Had a talk with him last night, just a couple DMs back and forth, and he kind of persuaded me at least. Hey Matt, at least to talk me off of making it my best bet. I still will probably play the Patriots. I mean, the reason I didn't want to make it my best bet is we faded the Broncos 3 weeks in a row. Fading the Broncos has been my best bet 2 of the last 3 weeks. I had the Texans and I had last week, obviously, the Lions. So I think it's silly to fade a team with your best bet 3 out of 4 weeks. But I do think Zappe's got a little bit of grit to him. I do think the Patriots are starting to play with a little bit more heart down the stretch. I think the news of Belichick leaving, it's kind of like, hey, prove what you got for the next guy that's here, because it's a whole new era. So I see everybody says that the Broncos line feels high. I think this is short, man. I think you're getting less than a touchdown at home against one of the worst teams in the NFL, whose offense has been abysmal this year. I still think the Patriots defense is very strong, and I think that's going to bode really poorly for Russell Wilson. This is a ridiculously low total. It opened at 37. It went down to 34. I think that's in the Patriots' favor. Yeah, man, I think this is an ugly Sunday night game where I don't know if the Patriots necessarily win, but you give me a touchdown, I'll take the bait. I have not bet the Patriots much at all this year, so I'm kind of giving myself a free pass to do this one. I think the only time I've taken him was that shitty DeVito Giants loss. So I'm gonna be on the Patriots here, but nothing crazy.
Steak?
I couldn't pay me to bet this fucking game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's Sunday night. This shit should be on Nickelodeon.
I mean, it's Christmas Eve night, so whatever. Like, it's
still, dude. I'm Jewish, man. It sucks for me.
I'm gonna be watching football on Christmas Eve. What the fuck?
Are you gonna be watching this game, dude?
No. But Greg's like saying, "Oh, it's Christmas Eve. Who cares?" I wish there was a good game on.
Bad game. That's horrible. I actually could never bet the Patriots. I can't bet them again. I promise I won't for the rest of the year. I just simply can't do it. I actually think the Broncos cover.
This is kind of disrespectful by the NFL to do this to Jewish people, isn't it? Because this is a primetime game for you guys and nothing in the way.
No, you got Monday. You got 3 games Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Fair. Fine. By the way, just a quick tweet. I don't know why I'm showing you. You're not going to read it.
Yeah,
guy who covers
move it a lot so we can read it.
So Greg Allman, he covers the Bucks. He said the Bucks are a healthy team. One more practice today. Look to have everyone participating. Godwin back out there after a rest day. I can't imagine anyone is ruled out. So just to keep that in mind, it's even more of a reason I think the Bucks crush your soul because they're healthy. And why would they not win this game if it's CJ Beathard? Okay, so let's talk Monday. Chiefs Raiders. I mean, for whatever reason, I feel like the Raiders always kind of play the Chiefs fairly tough, although they didn't cover last time they played in Las Vegas and we had the Chiefs that game. Thank God. I think it was my best bet. They were -9.5. They went down 14-0. I think I tweeted or texted, are the Chiefs broken? Or I put them in the Discord. Discord. Anybody got a Discord link? Drop that shit. And then the Chiefs scored like 31 unanswered points and made light work of them. So the game last week for the Chiefs, they played in New England. And real quick. Hold on. We got a nugget here to play against Cowboys. The altar had no setback. Okay, good to know. Thank you. The Chiefs, I was a little bit worried. I know mid-major Matt, Javon, maybe a couple other people were talking about the Patriots at the points. It looked so tempting. My concern was you get a fuck you game from Patrick Mahomes. Now, he didn't light the world on fire. I think he had like 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, but his
2
stats
picks.
were still pretty good. He had
Yeah.
what?
2 picks.
Oh, he had 2 picks. Jeez. But his stats were pretty good in terms of efficiency. I think he only had like 5 completions or something insane. Uncommonly rare. What happened? Rare fat girls W. Oh, thank you for the Discord link. Get your ass in there if you're not already. I think that we continue to see that from Patrick Mahomes. I think after they've been made fun of by me included, I tweeted that they're the most annoying franchise since 2023. I think it got a decent amount of traction too on the internet or on Twitter. So I'm assuming a lot of people agreed. I think I'm with the Chiefs here. If I'm playing this total 43 down to 40.5, perhaps this could be the lowest score. Oh, never mind. It's on a Monday, so it doesn't apply. I would lean under. I think the Chiefs defense is going to make light work of the Raiders. I don't care that the Raiders just won and beat the shit out of the Chargers. It means absolutely nothing to me. I think they're in for a long game. And I just realized we cannot afford one more win by the Raiders, Greg. They are at 6. They are.
I did not take them.
I'm the only asshole that took the Raiders under.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. All right, we'll switch it back up. Steak, what do you think about this game?
But I did take the Chiefs
go
over. So I did take the Chiefs over. So I need this.
What do you need? 10.5?
So I'm with it. 11.5. It's tight. They got to win out, but they got a pretty easy schedule down the stretch. So there's still life to it. I'm with you on this over. Seeing this game move this much after the Raiders just put up 63. Again, the Chiefs don't really have much to play for. So I think they're going to try and get some shit together with the wide receiver core. Just basically like getting their reps in, getting ready for the playoffs. They're going to be in there. They're going to get a home game.
Do they have no shot at the first round bye?
I think they're 2 back with 3 games left.
Yeah,
so it's not no shot, but it's like they're not getting it. So that's basically my take on it. I do like the under here. The Ravens, the Chiefs do tend to play really well against the Raiders, and you saw it last time they played. The Raiders got out to a quick start, and then it was all Chiefs after that. But I like the Chiefs defense here more than I like the offense.
Cool. Steak?
I like the under. I think we're all in agreement on that. I like the under. I like Raiders team total under. I don't think they're going to score very many points, and it makes perfect sense after we're all dogging the Chiefs a little bit. They look kind of rough, and then no one really gives a shit about that Patriots game last week. They won pretty easily, but they didn't look like world beaters, and I just could definitely see them covering this spread too. I don't expect Raiders to do anything, really much of anything. I like Raiders team total under, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you guys remember the NBA unders trend, the NBA Christmas Day unders trend?
Yes.
I wonder if we get a little bit of that in NFL for the first time that they've done 3 days on Christmas.
Let's try it.
Just unders across the board.
Let's try it. I like that, Greg. Tweet that, all right, whenever you're done breastfeeding. Eagles and Giants. I don't have much about this game at all. I think the Eagles are – I mean, they've hit a wall. And Jake, you text us. You're like, I don't know what happened, but I think the Eagles are bad. And I know there's been people shouting from the mountaintops that the Eagles are frauds. I have been under the impression that at 10-1, they're the most disrespected 10-win team I've ever seen. I've still given them some credit for winning games, but they've certainly got issues. Losing the coordinator is a big deal. Greg, I think you texted us this, or maybe somebody did. Shane Steichen should win Coach of the Year award. Oh no, I think I heard this on Pardon My Take, and I agree. Shane Steichen should win Coach of the Year just by seeing how big of an impact it's had on the Eagles. Their offense sucks, and they've still got guys, but the play calling is terrible. Why are you guys smiling?
The Coastal's comment funny.
What was it? Greg is sharp sometimes for breastfeeding. So anyways, I don't know what to think about the Eagles. I'm not getting involved with this game. 10.5 to 13.5, 43.5 to 43. They're probably going to beat the dog shit out of the Giants, but also they're just not a really good team right now, and they're gassed, and something's wrong with Jalen Hurts. I'm off. Steak?
So this is a game where I don't believe the splits. I don't believe everybody is betting the Eagles minus 13.5 against the Giants with how bad the Eagles have looked. I don't believe that. I don't believe 70% of the bets are on the Eagles at all. I'm not betting this game. Obviously, I'm heavily invested with the Eagles, and I got a soft spot for them. I don't know what's going on or if they're going to right the ship. It feels like they're running out of time. But then again, Cowboys loss to the Bills was massive, and the fact that Cowboys now have to play the Dolphins, maybe they'll still win the division or, and get it right. Jalen Hurts looks banged up, and
He looks bad.
Yeah, he looks really bad. And I'm almost wondering, like, hindsight is 2020. I'm almost wondering if they should have tried to get Mariota in for a game, maybe this Monday night game, just to see. I mean, you had every reason in the world. He's already a little hobbled, and then he gets really sick. It's like, bro, play Mariota. You lose anyway.
They've handled it so poorly.
It feels like it. I know hindsight's 2020, like I said, but you put a gun to my head, I would see the Eagles romping, but I'm not betting this game.
Okay, Greg, you got anything on this game?
I guess slight lean towards the Giants here. It's a lot of points. I just can't imagine anybody. If the DeVito train didn't come to a screeching halt last week against the Saints, I think the Giants would be way more popular. But I think everybody said, all right, that was fun. That was cool. We had an Italian guy in New York from New Jersey. Awesome. It's over. Like, their season's over. There's a little bit of revenge here. Remember, the Eagles knocked the Giants from the playoffs last year. They beat the fuck out of them 3 times. And now they play the Giants 2 of the last 3 weeks of the season. So I really think Daboll, he doesn't have much to work with. It's very clear. But I think he's been scheming a long time for these 2 games. And I'd like to get involved and see if the Giants can actually get it done here and get the cover. The Giants are pretty scrappy as big dogs. So I'm not too scared of it. But yeah, if the Giants were more trendy, I would be. But I just don't think anybody's coming to get them after the DeVito party was that ugly.
Just given how bad the Eagles looked, I'm not going to talk you off of it, but man, I just feel like the Tommy DeVito party is so over.
I'm not going to talk you off it either.
It's so over. That's what I mean. Everybody knows it's over. So
yeah,
maybe it's a Tyrod coming out party. So who knows?
I think if Jalen Hurts is hurt, it's still not enough of an excuse to give the Eagles a pass for how poorly they've played on both sides of the ball. But I think I said it 2 weeks ago, and a handful of people agreed with me before the Niners game. Treat one of these like a bye week. Let him rest. And Mariota's a competent quarterback. I'm not saying he's great, but he's not fucking Mason Rudolph. So they probably could have still won the game. They probably would have been better off. So I think they really fucked that up. But they got 3 weeks. They could coast, knock on wood, right? And at the end of the day, the best thing that can happen for the Eagles is they win these 3 games. They got their shit losing streak out of their system because remember, the Niners lost 3 games too. The Niners lost to PJ Walker. So you get it out of your system. You go into the playoffs, the new season, you're good to go. Speaking of the Niners, last game on the board, and then we'll shut it down. Niners and Ravens. I think I have a pick that's going to surprise you guys, and I'm gonna wait till the end to give it to you. Steak, what do you think about this game? The Niners are 5.5-point favorites. Total's 46.5.
I think the spread is absolutely perfect. It's such a perfect spread to get bets on both sides. I think it's an absolutely perfect spread. I'm really excited about this game. I'm excited to watch it, but I don't want to let everyone down. I don't really have a strong lean to a side.
There's some games you don't have to bet on. Would you agree this is one of them?
Maybe. And I think this is one thing that I haven't heard talked about that much, but Keaton Mitchell for the Ravens, he was really starting to make the offense a little more dynamic and nasty. And he obviously had a gruesome injury against the Jaguars. Poor Ravens really can't seem to keep a running back. I mean, there's just so many injuries for the Ravens the last couple
I forgot about Dobbins this year. Damn.
Yeah.
Dobbins, back-to-back years for Dobbins.
And last year.
Yeah, exactly. But I really liked what he brought to the offense. And I guess I lean 49ers, but this is actually a game as a football fan I could just sit down, watch, and enjoy myself.
Greg?
It's tough. It's tough. I don't know exactly where I stand on the side here because I think Steak's right. I think this is an absolutely perfect line. The Niners do seem to be a bit sharp, but I still don't know if I want to fade the Ravens here. I might get a little cute. I might get a little quirky and go Ravens money line, but not for much. And I'll probably have a couple player props and stuff to take a look at because it's Christmas light. It's a standalone game. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. I'll see where I stand on the total. I suck at total, so Steak, maybe I'm asking you to spoon feed me a total play here. But for the most part, probably no play. Maybe just a sprinkle on Ravens money line.
That's my play. I think the Ravens win this game. And the one thing I wanted to mention, actually, this is Bet Lamar MVP. That's not a bad look. Really isn't. I don't know who the remaining players are. our games
Ooh.
are for the Ravens. It's really not a bad look. The one thing I'm thinking about with the Ravens, I think their defense is fucking legit. And even though they gave up 31 points to the Rams, this Rams team is fucking rolling. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass for that. But the Niners in the last, I don't even know. Let's see. I mean, I'm trying to look at when the last time they faced a good defense is. They just played the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the
Browns?
Eagles.
Is it
Yeah.
the Browns game?
I guess so. The Bucks defense isn't very good at home. The Jags defense is awful. I think this is the first time in 7-8 weeks that Brock Purdy and the Niners are about to see a defense that can fucking bang. I really do. They got dudes. They're physical. They're fast, and they scheme really, really well. I think this is going to be the kind of game where I think Purdy's a good player, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. And the Niners are incredible. I fucking love the Niners. But I think this might be a game where they make a handful of mistakes. And I do think somebody said this, and I agree with it. I'm not going to steal your thunder. Lamar is probably thinking about this game. In a weird way, that Jags game, granted it was on prime time and it was still a game they had to win. In his head, all he can probably think about is fucking going head to head with the Niners and Brock Purdy. So he was fine. He didn't wow me, but he made some plays. I like Lamar. I'm a Lamar guy. I've bet Lamar to win the MVP before. I bet on the Ravens. Thrasher says all I do is bet fade Baltimore. Last year, I think we all had Baltimore over win total. And it was really, really public, and we didn't care. I like both these teams. I like both these coaches. I like both these quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a fucking awesome game. I think we get Lamar. Not going to say the word because it's going to jinx it. But I think the Ravens defense plays well. I think the Purdy makes a few mistakes, and I like the Ravens to win. So that's my bold take.
Cool. I like it.
Damn.
right.
Interesting thing. Do you guys follow, just one last closing thoughts, but do you guys follow PropSwap? Have you ever heard of that? It's basically
I've heard
like
of
if
it.
you have a futures ticket, it's an open
Yes.
market where you can sell it out basically. But there was something today that caught my eye, and I didn't really think much of it, but somebody had $2,000 on Brock Purdy to win whatever, 250 grand. That guy just sold his ticket this week for 125 grand.
You have to.
Maybe he sees Lamar coming. I mean, do you get the NFL MVP 3 weeks left? Or the
I kind of
front runner,
think
I guess I
so.
should say.
Maybe it's just because of what just happened to me with DK Metcalf, but damn, 125K right now. I feel like you got to take it. Man.
Yeah.
But
But if you're throwing $2,000 out there on an MVP bet, it's a little bit different.
You also said you don't think there's a world where Brock Purdy wins the MVP.
Correct. I don't think there's a world where Brock Purdy wins the MVP.
But that's not because you don't think he's good.
Correct. It's not because I don't think he's good. I don't think that Brock Purdy can be the MVP of the National Football League when he has the best defense, one of the best coaches, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, CMC, George Kittle. I don't think that guy can win Most Valuable Player. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be CMC personally. All right. I think this is a game where the Ravens get beat by double-digit points. Wow, they are due for a big loss and have squeaked by a few games lately. Man, all right.
The Ravens tend to play up against big dogs. The Ravens tend to play up. The Ravens lose to the ones you shouldn't expect, or those mid-tier teams. But they tend to step up against the big ones. So
one last thing.
We'll see, though. This is a fun game. Go ahead, Steak.
I'll make mine quick because it's about the MVP. I understand that MVP is a quarterback award, but if Brock Purdy wins the MVP when Tyreek Hill and CMC have had years like this, you literally have to take other positions out of contention. And it is literally call it the most valuable quarterback. Because if Brock Purdy wins the award, it is 1,000,000% a quarterback award. It's just that simple.
I think that's fair. And then offensive player of the year is like a skill position award only. That's not a bad idea. All right, good stuff. Somebody did ask who does Steak think wins the MVP?
Josh Allen.
I would
Lamar Jackson,
I would say Justin Herbert for sure.
Justin Herbert. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sharing insights. We got the Discord link dropped in here. We'll be fucking around a little bit later. I have some stuff to do today. Yes, I'm getting a haircut. Say goodbye to the lengthy mullet. It's going to get trimmed up a little bit. Steak, I'll see you next week for the Knicks Magic game.
Pop-Tart Bowl, baby.
Oh, Pop-Tart Bowl. When is the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Pop-Tart Bowl is December 28th.
Wow, I got a big day. 28th Pop-Tart Bowl. 29th Notre Dame plays at 2 p.m. I'm going to watch it with my dad. And then I'm going to meet you the night of the 29th. That's a big sports weekend right there.
Yeah.
Greg, W, multitasking, breastfeeding, and going through the stream. Well done. Did you have one more thing to say? Sorry.
No, somebody just told me DraftKings is offering Bears -4, so I might have to jump.
There you go. You Mr. fucking professional. Greg the professional. I love it. Shopping around,
Right?
getting the best line out there. Love to see it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the follows and the sub bangs. We'll catch you later. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas. Can we say that? Did we win the war on Christmas? Merry Christmas. I'm just kidding. You'd only know that. If your dad watches Fox News, you would know that. Merry Christmas. Have a great day. I'll send you guys behind the lines. Steak and Greg, you guys can hop off. Thanks for hanging out.
We'll see you, boys. Thank you.
All right, see you, Greg. DGen and Steak, 27 Sixers and Magic. I can't do it. 28th Pop-Tart Bowl, 29th, 2 p.m. Notre Dame game. And then it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long 36 hours. That's going to be, my liver's going to be fucking taking a hit. I'm going golfing tomorrow. You guys want to see the fucking swing? Golfing tomorrow. I can't wait. By the way, I told you I'm a big fucking Joe Burrow guy. I think I'm kidding. You can't even really see it, but that's the Super Bowl. That's me and my wife. That's Joe Burrow right there. That's Joe Burrow. 5 units. 5 units, Joey B. 5 units. That was a big day. Got my wife on board for that one. T. Higgins, 2 touchdowns. Let's fucking go. You'll enjoy K-State New Computer. It's going to be a future Heisman. Oh, I fucking love it. I can't wait to talk about it. All right. No ice, or did I miss it? No, I like ice. Should we do it? I got to pee so bad. Should we do it? I'm going golfing tomorrow too. I'll see you out there. Yep. I'm going golfing. I can't wait to get the essentials. You ready for this right here? I can't really see it. I gotta get the hips back a little bit more. DGen, you like the new Notre Dame OC? Mike Denbrock. Yeah, I'm good with it. Ice is quick, 4 games. Okay, can you guys give me a minute? I'm literally gonna piss my pants. Hold on, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. And then we'll go ice. Hold on. We'll go ice. My bad, guys. My bad. I can't believe you guys don't like that fucking song. I did not wash my hands. Don't even ask me. I didn't wash my fucking hands. I don't even know if I flushed the toilet. I think I flushed the toilet. Thatcher Vesna favorite now. No fucking way. No, I'm not really. Oh, dude, I shoot like 115. No, we didn't talk the bowl game. Honestly, I'm just not in the bowl games this season. I like betting bowl games too. I can't believe I'm going to say goodbye to the lettuce, bruh. Say goodbye to the lettuce. All right, let's go talk fucking ice. You guys want to talk ice? You want the ice? We give you the goddamn ice. All right, NHL. Boom, 4 games. 4 games. I've been on the Sun Bowl. I don't know. Let's see if I feel like being super degenerate or not. But your name is the degenerate. Shut up. All right, here we go. Let's talk ice, baby. I have taken a few days off. Had a nice road trip. I didn't want to force anything. Although, did you guys see my fucking David Rittich shutout that I put in? Plus 800 against the goddamn Sharks. They score with a minute left. Tisk. Bowl games have become so stupid. Yeah, it's so stupid. What do you think of that Embiid 50 burger MVP? I hit Embiid MVP plus 350 last year. I'm not going to do it again. All right, what do you guys like? What do you guys like here? We got the Red Wings, 125, 130. Wow, that's an interesting move on the Red Wings, isn't it? That is an interesting move, in my opinion. 6.5 Flyers. Didn't these teams just play each other? You guys have any thoughts on this? Talk to me, boys. I've been out of the loop. I need it. They did just play, and the Red Wings got shut out. It's probably the Wings. Appreciate bowl games. Can't complain about extra football. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's probably the Red Wings. I think that would just be a slight lean for me. I don't know if anybody else agrees or not, agrees or disagrees. I think it'd be the fucking Red Wings. Rangers, 135 down to 120. You know what? So this is steep. Nah, I don't like both of these favorites winning. Juice 6.5 to the over. Sharks Yotes was the same thing. I played 1-0 final and went over in game 2. Wings haven't won all fucking week. Yeah, no shit. Taking my fucking coins. Furl, what do you think about the Wings, man? Like the over? Is no Kata Hot in net then, right? If it's no Kata Hot, it's Urson, whatever the fuck his name is. Urson. Oh no, it is Carter Hart. Is it Kata Hot? Wait, so Urson has been the better goalie? Is that what you're telling me? Urson's been better than fucking Kata Hot? Or did Kata Hot get hurt? Hart under 2.5, last 3. Think Wings scoring 3. I can't fade my guy. But it's probably the Wings. Hey, what do you think about Edmonton? Regression. I was looking at the schedule earlier. He has an illness. Oh, who's in net? Oh no, we're getting duped then. They can't figure out what it is? Oh my God. Well, that's not fucking good. Jeez. Hope he's okay. Well, Furl, maybe that makes sense if it's a third string goalie. Makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? It's not as nasty. Damn, I don't know if I like it anymore. Hey, how do you guys feel about after the Oilers won so many fucking games in a row? A little regression. Quick already shut out Oil earlier in the year. Is it Quick in net? Are we sure it's Quick in net? Igor just went. But it's been 2 nights off. Igor's had 2 nights off. He's been sick, but was able to dress that last night. Expected today was seeing line. Probably saying he's not in. Got it. That's the move. That's the reason for the move. Copy that. That's the reason for the move. Daily face-off. All right, I'm going to daily face-off. Is Quick expected? Starting goalies. It is Quick. Likely he was first off the ice today. Got it. Okay. Fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we get a little Oilers regression personally. I don't like it. As of right now, it's kind of chalky. I like both home favorites. Well, what's up with this line? Furl, can you talk to me about this? What's up with this line? This doesn't make any sense to me. Is this the right line? I know the Jets are good this year. I like the Rangers too. Yeah, maybe it's square. I don't care though. I like both. 3-1 in the first games back to back. Oh, nice. Good nugget there, Bert. I wouldn't fade it. I think we had a 2-1 fucking game. I think Quick stays hot, man. I think so, Crab. Should I not? Should I fucking not? Sorry, Crab. Sorry. Should I not like them? Anybody? Rangers were just 159 last night, right? I think so. No, they were no. Oh, I see what you're saying, Malik. I don't know, actually. I don't take B's often, but I'm on them. I don't give a fuck. I kind of don't give a fuck either. I mean, these teams just match up really well, don't they? I'd rather take what I think is the better team. They're both physical. I think the Bruins are better than the Jets, personally. What's the respect for? Is it for fucking Hellebuck? I'd take it a step further. Who's in net? Who's in fucking net? Tell me who's in net. I'll take a shutout. Oh, Skinner's in? No, wait. Who was in net for the Oilers yesterday? Helly versus Sway. Swayman in. I'm going under. You're in for the 2 units on Jet. Bartlett, why? Why are you on the Jets? Short home dog? Oh, is that a system that's been doing well? Oh no. I don't like that, Noah. I don't like that. Hallmark expected. I like the under. I think the Jets are going to get shut out. I'm playing. You're saying Allmark, but Swayman is shown on Daily Faceoff. Guys, let me ask you this. Is there money hitting the Oilers because Skinner's in? Who played for the Oilers last night? Oh, Picard. Sorry, you just said that. My bad. I don't know. Linus just played last game. Oh, so it's Swayman then. Yeah, give me a Swayman. Give me a fucking Swayman shutout. That's what I want. That's what I fucking want. And then the Blackhawks. Blackhawks minus 115 at home. Is that what you're telling me? Blackhawks minus 115 at home. I don't know. I don't have any thoughts. Blackhawks games. There's no reason to bet Blackhawks games. All right, here's what I like. I like the Red Wings. I like the Rangers. I might go half a unit and spray a little bit. Get my feet wet. You know what I mean? And then fuck it. I'm playing Swayman shutout. Give me the Bruins. I like the Bruins. Probably just lay the money line though. I'm not going to get cute with the puck line. It could be a 2-1 game. All right, guys. I'm going to send you on over to Behind the Lines. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a great stream. Happy to be back. Book it sports. Yep, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking party tonight. Oh, let's fucking party tonight. Oh, I gotta go to a dinner tonight with my mom's coworker. You know, the nice son thing to do. Your mom's coworker, 7 people over. You gotta go say hi. She's a nice lady though. All right, guys, have a great day. We're gonna raid Book It Sports. I'll catch you guys later. You liking Hard Rock Bet? I gotta re-download it. I haven't used it since the last time, since the last bet I hit on there is Mark Andrews' first tutty. I'm ready to get back in. All right. Peace, guys. Have a great day. Have a great day. Goodbye.